pregame.com.
We head to the SEC, and that's the Arkansas Razorbacks hosting LSU in this matchup. LSU laying 12, total of 51. Marco, no chance for a bowl game for the Hogs, and they just got clocked on Saturday morning by Mississippi State, 45-14. They're going to have a new head coach next season. They just don't seem like the group that's going to bring it emotionally, even though it's a home finale. 7 of Arkansas's last 10 opponents have scored at least 30 points against them. They don't care that John L. Smith's in his last home game. I don't see where their motivation is for this one.
Well, absolutely. Normally, Scott, rivalry week, we talk about, you got to put your stat books away for the season until you get back to the bowls, because rivalries, you throw them out. Teams rise to the occasion. Sure. You got one team that's going, on to a bowl game. The other team's not, and this becomes their bowl game. So normally, I would be looking at an Arkansas in a game like this. This team's got no heart. And what I saw last week, it was a 17-14 game at the half. They were in the game against Mississippi State. They come out in the second half. There was a quick turnover. Mississippi State scores right away. And then it was like the floodgates opened up. It's like as soon as one thing goes bad, when you're having a season like they're having, it just unravels. And it was like the team quit. And there's no way that I could put any money on a team like that in a game like this.
Neither can I. I think that's a fantastic point you just made. They're so fragile right now. They might say all the right things in practice during the week leading up to the game. They might come out there and look like they're going to give the home crowd a great effort because it is the home finale or whatever. But, man, as soon as something goes wrong, they're going to pack it in and they're going to run for the locker room and look for a place to hide. Bryan, Connor Shaw and Tyler Russell, they both lit up this Arkansas secondary in back-to-back weeks. And now they face this LSU offense that scored 41 points on a much better Arkansas edition last year, beat them by what was it, a 41-17 final score, I believe it was, in favor of LSU. I don't know, as Marco said, how Arkansas can handle. They're going to be behind at some point in this game. How do they even stay in this game emotionally?
Yeah, from a betting standpoint, you might want to look, and hopefully they'll keep it close in the first half and maybe have a key fumble or something right before the half, and then you can make some money in the second half. And, Arkansas, the last 3 games, they've lost a turnover battle by -7. You take a look at LSU, the last 5 games, they've won the turnover battle by +10. Even without those numbers, you go into this game, Arkansas is going to lose the turnover battle. Yeah. So it all depends on when it happens. And when it does happen, I don't know if this is going to be one of those live betting games, but if it is, you may be able to get a chance to make some money by playing LSU in that situation because, as you pointed out, they don't have a lot of heart here. And it's interesting because the last 5 years in their final home game, Arkansas has covered. They have no reason to cover this game. They just can't wait for the season to end.
Yeah, this one's my free pick. After all that, no, I'm not going to go with the Arkansas Razorbacks. I'm going to have to back LSU. Bryan mentioned the heavy turnover losses in the last few games. How about -17 turnover margin on the season? One of the worst 10 defenses statistically in all of college football. No one really to stay with wide receivers Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham. Even if they want to, they're eventually not going to want to stay with these guys because it means they're going to have to actually work hard and show some heart and soul. And I just don't think they have it anymore. Almost can't blame these kids after what's happened with this program between Smith, who's had a lot of off-field problems right after Bobby Petrino did what he did. If Mettenberger and the LSU offense is focused for this game, I think it's blowout city. Mettenberger is, believe it or not, a lot of NFL scouts are calling him one of the top 5 quarterback prospects coming out of college when he does come out. And we saw what they saw against Alabama. Pinpoint accuracy, an incredible display, surgically ripping that Alabama defense at times with his arm. If he's on his game, if they care about putting a hurt on Arkansas, they send John L. Smith off packing with a pretty big loss. I got to go with LSU minus the points, my free pick in this one. When we come back, we stay in the SEC. It's the Iron Bowl between Auburn and Alabama. Stick around for that and more.